It was a one-piece suit. It was Speedo brand. It had bright neon flowers all over it. My grandma gave it to me, and I loved it. It was Adult Swim, so I was sitting on one of those big, long, fold-out lawn chairs, and I had my Speedo goggles suction cupped to the top of my forehead, looking like a wet, mad scientist. I was eating one of those orange Flintstone push-pop ice creams, and as the orange goo was dripping down the side of my hand, and I went to lick it off, I overheard a conversation that completely changed my life. Can you believe her mom is letting her eat that much ice cream? She is going to have to be on a diet by the time she's 14. She was a really pretty woman. She had a big hat, and I remember her big sunglasses. And her friend looked right at me as she looked with disappointment and said, "She's just a bigger girl. She'll just struggle for the rest of her life." That was the first time I had ever heard anybody say something about my body. I looked down at my ice cream and I thought to myself, don't finish that. I ran to the bathroom, I stood in front of the mirror, and I threw it in the trash, and I looked at what now felt like the ugliest swimsuit that I'd ever seen. It was the first time I looked in the mirror that I wasn't just like picking a booger out of my nose or making a silly face or brushing my teeth. At 8 years old, I pinched my stomach, I turned from side to side, and I looked at my body like it had betrayed me. And right there, hiding in the bathroom, I broke down. The very first tear in my blueprint. Everything that I thought about myself, the plan that I had made for myself, the way that I thought I looked, the way that I thought other people saw me had shifted completely from one comment. When I wasn't singing Britney Spears karaoke, which, by the way, this mic given me the Britney Spears vibes, I was probably dreaming about being on Broadway one day. Embarrassing but true, my AOL username was Broadway, the #1 day at AOL.com. For those of you who actually know what AOL is. Yeah. Well, anyways, I was busy just trying to make everybody happy. I was a people pleaser. I was constantly looking for validation from anybody and anyone who would give it to me. Because I just carried this story with me that because I wasn't skinny enough, I wasn't pretty enough, that I'm going to have to be likable in other ways. I became paralyzed by that story for far too long. And I stayed in that breakdown for quite some time. All through junior high and high school, I got a 3.9 GPA. I worked really, really hard to be told I was doing a good job. I did theater, I did sports, I was on honor roll. You name it, I did it, as long as I was going to be told I was doing a good job. I lived for that validation because I didn't love myself. I had zero confidence in who I was. You see, we all carry around this blueprint, right? Oftentimes, it's based on the fears that we have, what we want to avoid, or what we've been told. And we just pick it up and we add to it. And we think to ourselves, okay, if I just plan this out perfectly and I do this perfectly and this is all the ducks are in a row, that everything is going to go to plan and I'll be safe. And when it doesn't go to plan, we blame ourselves. We have shame. We carry guilt. It's heavy. We think that it's just not meant for me. And we beat ourselves up. But what if, now hear me out, what if it's not such a bad thing after all? Oh, if you don't know, I'm a kindergarten teacher, and I've been teaching in this district for 10 years now. My students call me Miss Dunkley. That's my name, Miss Dunkley. But I also get called Miss Ducky, Miss Dunkley, and occasionally Mamaw. Yeah, it happens. Anyways, you can call me Brittany. That's okay with me. So, what are kindergarten teachers really good at? Drawing, obviously. Yeah. Okay, so here's a really quick lesson. I promise it'll be brief. This is you with your cute little smile and your cute hair and your cute triangle body. And that's your blueprint. Okay? There's 3 things I want you to know. 3 very important things, and it's really simple. Number 1, that's your blueprint. We talked about this. The blueprint is the thing where you think the way your life is supposed to go, the plan you create. Okay? Number 2, that bridge right there with the rain cloud, that's the breakdown. The breakdown is the moment, kind of like the pool, right, where it's loss, it's tragedy, it's a negative comment, it's heartache, it's some kind of pain. And then across the bridge, we have the breakthrough. That's you. And the breakthrough is the really cool, amazing, beautiful, joyful connection that we can create with other people because of the breakdown. But unfortunately, a lot of people get stuck on that bridge because, if I'm being honest with you, it doesn't look like a bridge when you're in it. It's really painful and awful and dark and scary and alone, and it looks more like a brick wall to the face. So I can understand if you're in a moment of a breakdown like myself where you just get stuck for a while. And unfortunately, if we don't make it across to the other side, we miss out on providing so much value and the beautiful joy that is possible because of that breakdown. We all have a story, and it has a massive impact on how we relate to one another. I have this deep in my soul belief that our flawed and imperfect stories are what give us the ability to provide so much value to this life and to other people. And if we can recognize that we don't have to carry the weight of our failure and the shame and the guilt and feeling like we're not good enough, we don't have to carry that stuff. And we can just pick the lessons that we learn along the way. Then we can carry those across the bridge and have a really beautiful breakthrough and make human connection possible. Because human connection doesn't happen when everything goes perfectly to plan and everything's happy and great. Human connection happens through tragedy. We come together when we feel pain. That one comment at the pool sent me into years of ill-informed nutrition advice, a terrible relationship with food in my body, 0 self-worth, several bad days, and this belief that I was unlovable. But the beauty in the breakdown is that I'm on the other side now, and I get to be a coach that gets to support women in understanding their body and reconnecting to the body that they hated for so long, that they were told to dislike because of its size. I get to help women pursue health and find joy in movement. What? How amazing. And if that day at the pool hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be coaching them. I wouldn't be helping them understand that their body is the least interesting thing about them. Now, I wish I could say that these breakdown moments are going to be easy now, right? Like, we had this heart-to-heart, we talked, you know the thing about the bridge and the, right? No. Breakdowns suck, okay? Breakdowns are not fun, and it's really going to be hard to know that there's that, like, the thing at the end that you're going to get to in the moment, okay? But if you can remember that there is joy on the other side, it's going to be worth it. And that day at the pool was not my only breakdown. Go to school, get a degree, get a good job, marry a nice guy, have some kids at 30. Not past 35, though, right? Then you can live happily ever after and grow old together, the end, yada, yada. That was the blueprint I created for myself after high school. No. I was 20 years old in college when I had my first son, Leon, 13 years ago. You can do the math. We were high school sweethearts, and my dreams of going to Yosemite and graduating with an outdoor rec degree came to a screeching halt. A tear in my blueprint, a breakdown moment. But here's the cool part. Having my son gave me direction that I didn't even know I needed. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I changed my major to education. And when I thought I was settling and like doing the responsible thing, like I'm gonna be a teacher, that's good hours for having a family, and like, you know, it is what it is, make the best of it. It ended up being my calling. I think I'm good at it. And even cooler, I get to be right here on this stage, sending this important message out to you, making this beautiful connection with you. Becoming a mom so young forced me to face my fears that the little girl at the pool held on to for so long, that I was unlovable, that no matter what I did, I would always have to try to make people like me. It allowed me to recenter who I was, what I wanted, what I valued, and what was really important. And the best part, my son, Leon, he taught me what love really looks like what really feels like. And on the days where I did not love myself, many days where I didn't love myself, he loved me. He looked at me and he just loved me. And when I tell you that healed a part of me so deep, still brings tears to my eyes. They said that having a baby really young would take from me. Oh, just wait. You're in for it now. You're so young, a baby, having a baby. It didn't take from me. It allowed me to shed what no longer felt aligned with who I wanted to be and how I wanted to show up as a person and as a mom. It allowed me to clarify my values and, even better, start tearing the blueprint on purpose. These micro tears that I got to decide, that I got to embrace, that I didn't have to judge myself for. And when I embraced that this growth through failure was a part of it, everything just started to click for me. The beauty and the breakdown is where we learn to refine ourselves. We understand who we are and what we're not. And you get to do some really cool things on the other side. And the connections that you make are really important. And I promise you, this is me speaking my story into yours, making this connection with you, reaching my hand out. I'm a hugger. I'd be out there hugging you, but I can't because I'm in this red circle. To tell you that if you're in a breakdown right now, I see you. It sucks. But what's on the other side? What was on the other side for me was so much more joy than I didn't even know I was worthy of. Keep going. Your joy's coming. Thank you.